All right, hello and good morning. We are finishing up our pendants today. So back a couple of days ago, maybe 2 for you, depends on how long it would take to dry your flowers and your glue. For me, it took about 2 days. So that's why we did our bookmarks in between so that we can really see how our flowers turned out. And one of mine is still a little opaque because I made it super thick, so that'll still take it a little longer to dry, but this one looks pretty good. And that's the one that had my glitter in it, which you can put in before your glue, but you put in your glue, or you can put it in after. You can do some layers so it's all full of that glitter all the way through if you're a glitter fanatic. But now we're going to open these up and see what they look like. So I have the pieces that we made, and I have my pair of scissors just to trim around the outsides. So let's go ahead and take these apart. And hopefully it should come apart pretty easily at the edge. You just want to be careful to make sure you don't rip the edge if there's too much glue down there. This might get a little tricky when we try and take the cardboard off, but that's all about adventure and seeing how things work. All right, I think I have most of the tape off now. And I'm just gonna go ahead and cut it with my scissors. I take my scissors and cut right around the edge, right around the base of our toilet paper roll. Remember, the paper is an important part of this, right? It's your background, it's the base of this. It's providing your floor structure of your piece. Remember, don't cut your string. Don't cut your string, which is your hanging piece or your lanyard, or how you can attach it to your necklace. So kind of cut up and around that if you need to. And here we go on that. So now it's just around the base. You can see it came up in a couple places. You can see it's through the paper a little bit. It's not too bad. Let's see if we can pop this out. I'm going to do a vertical slit right down the front, right to the paper. Don't cut through the paper, but to the paper. Let's see if this works. There we go. This is kind of tough because you're tearing through that elastic glue, but once you get it started, it pulls a lot easier. Maybe a little snip here and there if you got a thick piece. So hold the edge of your circle real tight and pull away from the cardboard. Yep, that got a thick piece. Just do a little snip. Guess it's thick up there. Oops. Alright, so I pulled my string out, which tore it. Oh well, that's okay. I can either glue that back on the back. See how you can't really even see the difference there? Or I can poke a new hole or look at it like that. But now we can trim any of our edges if we see any of that blue ink that's left. I used blue ink from my pen to trace around the outside. You can clean up the edge really careful. Make sure all your cardboard bits are gone. And it's kind of bendy, which is fun. But there is one of my pendants. So we've got some flowers, we got some sparkle, and I have to poke my hole through or glue that back again. But just pretend like your loop didn't fall off. And you can actually hang this up if you want to put it in your window, or you can put this on a necklace. Just tie a smaller loop and put it on your necklace, your handmade necklace that you made, or anything else. So that is a lot of patience of waiting for our flowers to dry, and then also for the glue to dry, but that'll seal all of our flowers in, and they're gonna last a really, really, really long time. So there's that. Thanks for joining me. Hey, so on my second one, what I did was, this one was a lot thicker, and this one hasn't even quite dried yet. So what I did was, rather than pull the cardboard off, I took my scissors and I cut just around the edge. So you can see there's still part of my cardboard as like a ring or a lip around it, because it's very juicy. It's super thick still. So I'm just gonna let that one sit for even longer to dry. But you can do this one this way instead too, and then maybe like color with Sharpie around the outside, or color with your marker or your colored pencils, so that this is not white or cardboard colored. It would be a pretty blue or yellow or pink, or what color you did on the inside. So there's a second option. So it just depends on how your project turned out, how thick it was, how fast it dried, all these things, because art is never the same every single time, right? So there are my two, one with the string and one without, but that's okay. And yeah, thanks everybody. Let me see, make sure you show me how your projects turned out, because I'm really interested to see what you guys can come up with. Okay.